You horny, horny, horny bastards. Attention, attention, warning, warning. I gotta put this out at the start of every series that I start. We do things a little bit differently around here. Most people are on board with it. Some people express some reservations, aren't a fan of it, and I completely understand. But this is how I do things, and due to the nature of how YouTube works and how I need it to be lucrative for me, I do reaction content on my channel. It's a large part of what I do these days, in addition to all the other content. In doing that, not just a reaction, but it's discussion. I love cinema. I love movies. I love TV shows. If you know me, you know this. If it's your first time in, welcome. I'm a big old nerd. Cinema is what's saved my life and kept me going all these years. So that means what I do on my channel, I watch shows and movies that everybody tells me are good or that I've heard are supposed to be really fantastic, but I take audience suggestions because I want you guys sticking around, right? But I'm not only going to watch the show and react to it, but I'm going to pause often and break it down. We're going to talk about characters, study them, their motivations. I'll be making predictions. I'll be theory crafting. We'll be discussing the narrative, its overall competency, how it works. So there's a lot of pausing. I try not to get too egregious with it. I try not to interrupt people, and I try not to mess up the flow of what's going on, which is admittedly difficult. I get it, and people have called me out for it. I'm trying to make it so it doesn't interrupt things too much. But I put a call to people out in the early days of me doing reactions, and people like the pausing, people like the discussions. If you want to watch it uninterrupted, this is not a substitution for the artist's original creation, right? Like if you want to watch the full HD non-translucent video, then go on to Amazon or AMC Plus or whatever, go watch it. You'll be able to watch it in 4K uninterrupted and all that. But I assume if you're here, you've already seen this. I have not. I'm watching it in HD, like 4K right here, but we're going to be pausing, discussing, theory crafting. It's all about the discussion. All that being said, I think I'm ready. I'm prepared. I've heard you guys want me to watch this show, you horny boys and girls. It's been told, nay, suggested, that I need more homoerotic vampire content on my channel. So here we are. You know, it's a special occasion. Broke out the old shining shirt. Gotta have it. I feel like tonally and the color palettes match. I got this guy at a con recently. If you can't tell, it's Ash from Evil Dead. A little groovy LED standout. At some point in the next several months, and hopefully I'll have like a better setup and background. This is what I'm working with in the meantime. But I got that, this, some low lighting, some of Daddy's Go-Go juice. Luckily, I do not know a whole lot about this show. I have never seen the movie, but I was told I don't have to. As good as it is, I've been told the show is leaps and bounds better. I've been told that if I love Jacob Anderson, which I'm a fan of him, I mean, I referenced him in an episode of Succession. I'll have one cheeseburger, please. American cheese and fries. With the flaky salt. Cheeseburger and fries. Perfectly American get together. And
Can you say, hello, I would like one cheeseburger, please?
Hello, I would like some... Hey, hello, I would like one cheeseburger, please.
That's really good, actually. You know, Grey Worm was a fan favorite for people, so I love the aesthetic as far as I can tell. I think it's a time period that I love. I've been told the characters are great. I've been told there's a, like, mystery and a cool narrative to unravel. There's layers. I've been told everything from,
You'll get minimum 1,500 views per episode.
oh, dude, you're gonna love this. There's so much to digest. We want to see you react to this. So we're gonna put it to the test. This currently is not a priority show for me, but I'm going to put episode 1 out there and see what happens. And if the people come, if I built it and they show up, then you know what? I'll focus on this and Severance for sure. Completely blind, I promise. There's no pre-watching here. I hate the notion of that. It lessens the experience if you're reacting to something you've already seen. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, episode 1, In Throes of Increasing Wonder? Is that what it is? This program contains subject matter related to mental health and suicide. Viewer discretion is advised. Ooh, okay. Title sequence. No, we're sticking with the intro. Anne Rice's interview with the vampire. What is this, Inception? Devious. So the buildings are... Oh, I love this little title card. Not only was it the city closing in the red, but it low-key gives the feel of, like, teeth, like vampire teeth. Maybe I'm reaching too far. Eric Bogosian? Wait a second. Isn't that the guy from Succession? Isn't that Gil from Succession? Again, sorry, we're already all the pausing already.
There's stories out there that need to be told. There's out there that's just, you know, wrong.
It is that guy.
People need to know about it. That's the job.
That's a
It's not
master
a complicated
class?
job other than how it'll mess with your life. News used to be a bunch of guys who looked like me, huddled around a desk at a page one meeting deciding what the news was. This little fucker changed all of that.
Oh
I've been
my
fired
God.
from 3 papers, hired back at 2 of them. So to be clear here, I'm a goddamn reservoir of do's and don'ts. Your editor is your priest. Honesty is not a tactic. You still want this job?
Going so fast.
Your money. I'm Daniel Malloy.
So we're in the present right now. I assume this is all modern times, yeah. So, is he gonna come across? Oh, what? He's gonna come across a vampire who's like, let me tell you the things I have seen. A tale as old as time. What's on your neck, buddy? Wait, did he get bit? Whoa, hang on. I saw a mark on his neck. I do like the actor though. Already the questions. Is he the vampire? If he's investigative,
Hey, Doc. Yeah, thanks for getting back to me.
if he's an investigative journalist, is he going to be interviewing the vampire? I'm asking too many questions. Let's get back to it.
The thing I'm trying to figure out is what's the deal
John
with this
DiMaggio.
variant business? I mean, is that more contagious?
It's COVID.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking. Why get any closer to the bug than I need to?
Ooh, nice stationery.
I gotta call you back.
Oh, that's the interview. I see tapes. You're gonna want to take a look at this. Oh, you got a kid in the house, buddy? Did you have a kid? Fox? That'll work though. That's all you got to play it on. Sorry, my mind is already absorbing so many details about this guy. So he has a master class. He's in the waning years of his life. He was an investigative journalist, or he still might be. He might have COVID because he's getting calls from his doctor, and the doctor's talking about variants. So either he's quarantining or he's trying to avoid it. I see pills on the counter, so that suggests a pre-existing condition or something. All right, I'm already looking too much into everything.
First question. You weren't always a vampire, were you? No. I was a 33-year-old man when I became a vampire. How did it come about?
No,
There's a simple answer to that.
he knows what's up though.
I don't believe I want to give simple answers. I think I want to tell the real story.
It's clearly emotionally upsetting for him.
Dear Mr. Malloy, I hope this letter finds you safe and thriving, if such a thing were a possibility in this bleak hour. I've been following your career with some interest since our last meeting. Please allow me to congratulate you on all your successes,
That's pretty.
those professional and those personally redemptive. The passage of time and the frailties that accompany it have provided me perspective.
Look at the cinematography.
And I
here.
suspect the same might be for you as well. I'm hoping.
Wait, I gotta rewind it a little bit. Okay, it is Jacob Anderson talking right now. That's the Burj Khalifa. We're in fucking oh, where is it? Oh no. Mumbai. No, fuck me. Where is that in? But he said personally redemptive. What does he have to redeem himself for?
And the frailties that accompany it have provided me perspective. And I suspect the same might be for you as well. I'm hoping health and pride won't deter you from the following proposal. In a week's time, in a setting of my choosing, we revisit the project boyish youth prevented us from finishing. 49 years and thousands of miles removed from the room we shared in San Francisco, I offer, for your journalistic pleasures, my full attention and my life story. All affinities, Louis de Point du Lac.
I told my editor I was meeting with the
Louis de Pont du Lac. Him and Daniel Malloy are our main characters. So yeah, he's gonna give Malloy his life story. I love those shots of the city. That was gorgeous. De Pont du Lac. Welcome to Du Lac, such a perfect.
most dangerous man in the world. Gave him 2 choices. He came back with Bezos, Putin. He thinks I'm in Praskovayevka.
You've grown old, Daniel.
Yeah, well,
That's what happens.
mortality beats a heavy drum.
He's got the shakes
I
too.
wasn't sure you'd remembered me.
Parkinson's.
Your book makes no mention of our prior meeting.
Gritty memoir, drugs, humiliation, self-pity kind of thing. Mention vampires in one of those readers tend to call bullshit.
You've had some health concerns of late.
He's giving me Malloy's character's giving me like an Anthony Bourdain vibe right now.
Whole planet's having a moment, I'd say.
You have Parkinson's disease, Daniel.
There you go. The shakes.
Yeah. And you've got your own hangar at the airport, privileges on the Royal Maidan Bridge, and zero presence online.
Have I hit a nerve?
Oh.
What does it cost, this haven't aged in half a century, killer views in all directions, anonymity?
Quite a lot.
Only my family and my doctor know I'm sick. I don't dig the one-way hack, yeah? And here's another question. That's the sun out there. Where's your coffin?
You're standing in it.
It's one of those lovely modern
I have
vampire
to be
tales.
very careful whom I let in.
Solid effects, solid effects.
Yeah, well, things didn't end well the last time. So forgive me if I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, so he did bite him?
This, after all I've told you, is what you asked for, boy! Yeah, well, you don't know what human life is like. I mean, you've forgotten, man. I mean, you don't even understand the meaning of your own story. No! Hey, stop!
You were disrespectful.
I was high.
You were not worthy of my story then.
Damn.
Maybe your story wasn't worth telling.
He's quick. Do you
You've got
attack?
the tapes, hire a transcriber. I don't do puff portraiture anymore.
He attacked him.
And yet you got on a plane with an autoimmune disease in the middle of a pandemic.
Got him. You're at the end of your
All
life,
right.
man. The waning years.
That's my voice, but I don't remember it. I ask all the wrong questions.
Yes.
There's contradictions in your story I never follow up on.
Yes.
The few good ones I do manage to get out, you steamroll over them. It's not an interview, it's a fever dream told to an idiot.
He's older and wiser now, and he's a better interviewer. Hence why the masterclass and everything. But it sounds like, as good as he was back then, he probably let the fame and the fortune, he got caught up in it. Frequent, possibly heavy drug use. If he was high during interviews. That's the nature of what Dupont... Do I call him Dupont? Deluc? Louis? Louis just sounds too casual. As Dupont points out, a lot of what he's been doing is in his life, especially probably in the last several years at least, has been all personally redemptive. So I think he stepped in a lot of throughout his early life and career. By he, I mean Malloy. And now he's, a better man for it, more or less. But this could be one of those steps of, do his job better, get the story more accurately, and then be able to tell this guy's life better, I suppose. But then how would you do that from the perspective, unless you're just publishing a book when you're like, oh, this is an interview with a vampire, LOL.
Yes.
And you?
Oh my God, his desktop gives me anxiety.
Why again? What's changed?
The world, circumstances, me, I've changed. And I too find the tapes lacking.
So, a do-over.
Truth and reconciliation.
So be it. We're both better men now.
I ask the questions, you answer the questions. Anything that
Wiser.
can't be verified, I send to my researcher.
No third parties.
I write it, you get to see it before it goes to print, I get the final edit.
That is not the agreement you signed.
And one more thing, I do my best work one-on-one.
Would you see to Mr. Malloy's room? Have Chef prepare a meal for him. I think it best we start when our boys had a rest.
I'm not your fucking boy. I'm an old man with all the triggers that come with it. And I'm ready. So let's do this.
Word. All right, cool.
I'm Daniel Malloy. It is
This actor does such a good job of this, by the way. I don't know if he's typecast or not. He does well, but just the old man who's just not about the bullshit, doesn't take any of it from people, and just is trying to get to the heart of the matter and get stuff done, honestly. He's always plays his characters well in that regard.
10:08 in the morning on June 14th, 2022. I'm in the penthouse apartment of the Al Sharaf Towers across from Mr.
Louis Dupont Dulac.
So,
You got a shorthand name?
Mr. Dulac,
He's so ready for this. Look at
how
that.
long have you been dead?
He's eager. Nice. I'm in. I love the
The year
cinematography
was
so far.
1910. The fall of the 5th year of my father's passing, and the fall of the 5th year as the executor in charge of the Dupont du Lac Family Trust.
The eldest son.
The favored son, and a sizable trust to oversee as a consequence. Capital accrued from plantations of sugar and the blood of men who looked like my great-grandfather but did not have his standing. But then decades of Jim Crow and the electrified light of a new century had vanquished any idea of a free man of color. So it followed the only place in New Orleans a gentleman of my complexion could do a righteous business was a neighborhood called Storyville.
That was the old red light district, yeah?
20 blocks of drinking, gambling, and gluttonous whoring.
Okay, so as the honorable executor of the family's estate, you were in what business exactly, Mr. Dulac?
You could say I managed and operated a diversified portfolio of enterprises.
You were a pimp.
The product was desire, and it came in as many forms as there were ways to move it. The 24 sporting houses on Liberty Street, I owned 8 of them.
My man pulled up in the Auga.
Modest in proportion to the venues on Basin Street, but they lacked in size and elegance. They more than made up for in efficiency and reputation.
Mr. Dulac.
Yeah.
Mr. Dulac. Okay, so the year's 1910. It appears that Mr. Dupont Dulac is the favored son in the family, and as such been put in charge of a sizable trust, of which to help do his business as a colored man in New Orleans and New Orleans, managing a slew of brothels. I own 8 buildings. Yeah.
Got any bills in them fat rows of yours?
I was, admittedly, a
Just-
rougher thing then.
Dressed to the nines.
You had to be if you wanted to survive.
Oh, it's
You
Peggy.
couldn't look weak on Liberty Street.
Damn, Doris, you gonna lose your good leg running out like that.
Mr. Dulac, sir, we got bad trouble.
Some ruffians.
I apologize. I apologize.
Some
I
ruffians.
was only trying to show you my love.
Look who it is. I do declare.
Couldn't hit me.
Oh, I'm a cunning now. A minute ago, I was his love.
Clive get something
All them in family?
fierce.
Hitting on me? God damn it, Bricks.
He stuck it in my box.
I did no such thing.
Gave him a chance to pull out. He kept on. So I gave him a little squirt of my catfish dinner for going there.
Oh,
Don't believe me? Check his dick.
You talking to? I ain't checking no man's dick.
Yo, I gotta hang on. Pause. Stuck it in my... Bro, stuck it in my box. Don't believe me? I gave him a squirt of my catfish dinner. Oh, that's John the Maj. I didn't even recognize him. Dude, what's Bender doing here? Jake the dog. Good to see him keep getting rolls. Man got bludgeoned.
Hell, I might have even said yes if you just asked, but I don't care who he is. You put a dick in an asshole without asking. That's against Jesus. You.
What y'all laughing at?
Yes, ma'am.
Someone go fetch Doc Johnson. And you get some clean water and a towel.
I mean, stop drinking. You're thinning your blood. Oh my God.
Get your hands off me.
John.
You gonna make me regret my support. You repeat yourself, Mr. Fenwick. Louis de Point du Lac, sir.
Oh, Pondulac. Oh, forgive me.
My apologies. You were one of the. You were one of the good ones.
Keep this here between us.
Got a situation here, Finn.
Yeah, well, you got another one outside 122. Man acting the maggot, driving away business.
Isn't that what I pay you for?
It's in the maggot.
It's a citizen priest.
Do you not realize, sister, your body is part of Christ the Lord?
Take your time this month.
When you take that body and enjoy
And I
it
can
and
give 2
harlotry,
moons if
you
he's
are
your brother,
defiling
Mr.
the
Dulac.
Lord. You
I'm
take
gonna knock
up
his
with
son
permission,
off
you
the
deny your
train.
Oh
victory with
no.
Christ.
Oh.
He shall come again to judge the living and the dead. And who's
Oh,
coming
great.
forth, men will rise.
Go on home.
He's his
Tell
brother?
Mama not to wait up.
There's blood on your shirt. What wickedness is it tonight?
You're not helping me here, Paul.
Oh, but I am. The Lord told me to come, Louis.
I bet he did. Yeah.
In my head, like a family of birds, many voices, but also one voice.
Saying it a
Yeah.
second time.
Come where?
Listen to me, please.
I'm having a f***ing night, okay? I can't have it with your food.
Oh. All right. Come on. That's right. Come up.
Get on home, else I'll bleed you like a cochon, bruh.
That's how it goes, dude. Dude was ready on the rebound. I was about to say you don't take that disrespect even from family, dude. Clobbered him and immediately, reach for the cane. Come on, Like, dude, standing on business over here.
Did I want to pull a knife on my brother? No.
You had to keep up appearances.
But as I alluded to before, you couldn't look weak on Liberty.
Exactly.
You never knew who was watching.
Gee, I wonder who the vampire is. You know, I could hazard a guess. But I'm not quite sure I know. Bro, you can cut glass over here. Get out of town. So I went to high school with this guy. He was playing guitar in the hallway. Like
He pulled his knife on me, Memo.
You would disrupt your mother's business in the rest.
And you assaulted him.
Mother? He's made you a madam.
Oh, Paul.
Profiting from the damnation of souls.
Let's not fuss on the particulars.
Mornings with my family followed a pattern that year. My mother consumed herself with preparations for my sister's wedding, while Paul confused the dining table with a pulpit none of us would recognize.
Okay, so his brother. That's what I like about the Amazon breakdown, by the way. So we got Lewis and we got Paul. Paul's the brother. Preacher man talking on TV. Preacher was a great show, by the way. Then we have Grace and Florence. Bonjour, madame. Welcome to New Orleans. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Bonjour. Parlez-vous français? Je m'appelle Austin.
Till Louis can find us some more respectable business.
Daddy was here. We still being sugarcane.
That was a lie. You still be locked up in that hospital in Jackson.
Louis, I dream of what a quiet breakfast might look like.
Your man Levy's a Baptist. No respect for the Holy Mother.
Paul.
He's gonna make your daughter jump a broom.
I'm sitting right here.
Plenty of brooms down the street at the Mayfair Sisters Home.
He's calling me a witch, Maman.
Paul Dupontelak, you walk that back.
Your brother sounds like a pain in the ass.
Fragile, stubborn, indulged. I'd promised our father on his deathbed to look after him. But when Paul's mind was right,
these suits,
he was no burden. Point of fact, I loved him more than anyone on earth. And our daily stroll to St. Augustine was the measure of a good day started.
Just gets swept up in religion. That's the whole thing. Like, it is hard. Like, and it all comes from a place of, like, love. But in my opinion, this is where it's going to get things are going to get pretty controversial. Like, because I'm sure not everybody's going to agree with me when it comes to politics and religion and all that. But I believe that certain types of religion can sway, influence, and corrupt, especially of the organized variety. So it sounds like his brother is, like, truly a good man at heart and means well, but, you know, has taken to religion as kind of his crusade, for lack of an even better term. But
I wanted to thank the family for last Sunday's donation.
Babysit money. Church calms him down some.
Well, we're always here for him. And the money goes a good way towards the renovation.
I want Father Matthias.
Oh
Ain't
my
got
God.
nothing to confess to anyhow. Wasting a good man's time.
Be right there, Paul. I haven't seen you in confession of late, Louis.
I struck my brother last night.
You know you can always come here if you're in need, son.
My business and my raised religion were at odds. And the latencies within me, well, I beat those back with a lie I told myself about myself. That I was a red-blooded son of the South, seeking ass before absolution.
And you maintain this delusion how exactly?
A particular woman who worked for the competition, as if rickety shacks were competition for Tom Anderson's Fair Play Saloon.
So the long and the short of that is that he's a homosexual. He has certain I'm assuming what I take from that is that he has certain proclivities, but he has a beard, right? Like, he has this gal that's gonna probably just be like his gal he's dating and seeing, but clearly he's got. I'm just saying, based on people telling me there were homoerotic vampires, and he's eyeing men on the board on the streets.
Louis Delan, the night begins.
Miss Carol, Miss Lily working tonight?
Miss Lily's on the terrace.
It was a palace of opulence and splendor, and catered to an almost exclusively Caucasian clientele, which helped me separate the locals from those visiting from other southern states.
Shaking the money tree.
Private game on Friday if your date book is free, Louis.
Can do, Mr. Anderson, can do.
Ain't you seen no cowboy up here on the balcony?
Seul l'impossible peut faire l'impossible.
I don't know much what you're saying, but it sure sounds nice.
Something about
Only
impossible.
the impossible can do the impossible.
Yeah.
Miss Lily.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Oh, here we go.
You speak French?
We speak all sorts of tongues in New Orleans.
It's a hard table to get. How'd you manage it?
How'd you manage to get yourself through the front door?
Oh!
Excuse me?
Well.
I mean that as a compliment. A man of your race to have privileges here.
Louis has a small empire of his own down the street. He gets some privileges.
Something funny about that?
Your name is Louis. Of course it's Louis.
I didn't get your name, fella.
Je suis désolé. Je m'amuse trop en privé. I know who you are, sir. You're the man who made me buy a townhouse in the quarter. I owe you everything. Please join us.
I know sometimes.
Dude is slick with he had a gold gilded container for the lighter, had one for the cigarette, had one for the business card. My man's pockets are lined. Okay, so we have Lestat de Liancourt. Sometimes the T comes in, sometimes the T doesn't come in.
Men of my race, we all look alike to you people. But I didn't say you no townhouse.
Louis, have a seat.
Let me explain. New to the new world I am.
That explains the clothes.
19th century man at heart, yes, making his transatlantic journey by ship, planning very carefully on settling myself upriver, and 2 more for us, and another round for the musicians, whatever they want. Ils sont toujours obligés.
You got some money for sure. Okay.
So I'm out on the Crescent Coast,
Bro,
floating past your
she's
village,
enraptured.
when I hear music playing and the shadows of men and women dancing by the water's edge. I disembarked for the music, but then there was food.
What's been your favorite this year, Mr. Liancourt?
A favorite? She puts a pistol to my head.
Not the beignets, bro. Dude, he's enraged.
Staring me down as his hands went wandering the seams of Miss Lily's dress. I wanted to take the end of my cane and slit his throat with it.
So wait, Miss Lily is the gal that's his beard, right? Or is she just an acquaintance? I think it'll be clarified in a moment. So what, he was just traveling down the river and then heard the sounds and the hustle and bustle of New Orleans, came in, fell in love with the food and the culture because it was just fun and whimsical. And
why didn't you? My body was seized with weakness. His gaze tied a string around my lungs.
Oh, here comes the fan fiction.
And I found myself immobilized.
And the women, all shades of skin. White, black, cinnamon. I've emptied a bank vault sampling, I must say, but it was not until a few nights later, quand je regarde un homme sortir un couteau de sa canne et presser la lame sur le stomach de son frère, that I said to myself, Lestat, unpack your trunks, you're home.
Damn.
I had planned to make a new life for myself in Saint Louis. That was to be my destiny. And now I know I was right. Only it turns out the Saint is not a city, but a handsome man with a most agreeable disposition.
You're his destiny, Louis.
Is that right?
Destined to be very good friends.
Seems like you're creating your own destiny, if
The
you ask
Orient
me.
Plume is available for the next few hours, Miss Lily. The Orient Room is yours, monsieur.
Damn.
Please get my friend here anything he wants.
Damn.
Wonderful to meet you. I
Dude.
do hope I run into you again.
If this guy is a vampire who's been around for who knows how long, wealth means like nothing. He can just throw it on the ring, put that in. Dude, man just got outbid on his own home turf. Ah, Jesus.
Emasculation and admiration in equal measure. I wanted to murder the man. And I wanted to be the man.
Love to hate him, hate to love him. Couldn't help but respect him.
I had come there for Lily, but I left thinking of only him.
He held the card on for that many years? Jesus. Hey, the old lamplighters. If anybody's curious where that came from for the boys. Late night? Oh. Oh, yeah. Hey, vampires gotta feed. You know how it be. There's a little bat up there. Keep on walking, buddy. Just keep on walking. Oh, God. That got me. Man, I even knew it was coming. That got me.
The police tell me there's an outbreak of fever in town. Unfortunates living near the wharf, mostly. Still very peculiar, they say. Each one the same. Small wounds to the body. But upon examination, entirely devoid of blood. Is their theory some new kind of rat has come ashore?
Of the 6-foot variety. We call those bureaucrats in France.
Ah, got him.
Louis, let me introduce you to Mr. Lestat de Liancourt.
We met already, Mr. Anderson, sir.
In front of a florist, wasn't it? We both wanted the last bouquet of lilies.
All right. Wow.
Are
All
you
right.
gonna ask the alderman how his head is, Louis?
Why would I do that, Mr. Anderson, sir?
See, Mr. Fenwick, just as I told you, the most discreet Negro.
With that, his doctor had the same standards.
Still referring to him as a Negro, though.
Mr. Liancourt, your hand is incomprehensible.
Oh, yes.
I'm terrible at cards.
Oh.
Did I not mention that we're...
Oh, piss off here. Nah, burying the lead. You're about to have a mono-aim. It's going to get down to just the two of them at this table, I swear.
I recommended the alderman find a managing partner before he commits his money. I recommended he think of you, Louis.
Very kind of you, Mr. Anderson, sir.
What do you think of the location?
Ain't Basin Street. Throw enough Edison balls on the facade, get a good margin on the alcohol, no nonsense madam to keep the girls clean. I reckon a man can make a decent sum. Yes, sir, Mr. Fenwick, sir.
I said you'd do it for 10%.
All respects, Mr. Anderson, but you posing 10% for all the work? 15?
There's capital investment, and there's labor.
These men look down on you. I have to say, I find it appalling how men like yourself are treated in this country of yours. It's undeniable. I came to my wealth honestly and at great sacrifice, I might add. However, it was not the sacrifice of many. I had no partners in my various... 10%. 15%.
Oh.
Do you not know your value?
Bro.
Do you suffer these indignities for some larger purpose?
Of course, but of course. Mon chéri, mon cœur.
And do you think two pair will win the hour?
Bro, what are the powers?
I believe there is great opportunity in this city. But to seize it, I'll need protection from the wolves.
Hey, yo. Dude, by the way, imagine being in his shoes. I mean, right now, this man is, like, adapting, improvising, and he's about to overcome. I would be reeling if, like, everything freezes but this one guy. I'm just like, okay, what else am I going to do aside from be enraptured and go along with whatever he's proposing? Just kind of take what, yeah, like you said, just take it. You have to make your way in the world, at least in this case.
And that's all to say, and forgive me, Monsieur de Pontelac, for my bias, but where is the business if there is no capital? It does not exist, huh?
All right, boy, show him.
Ooh, that hand.
Full boat. Mr. Duloc. That's the deep sound.
Good night.
He wouldn't tell me how he did it. His trick to make the world stop. In time, Louis. Patience, Louis. Ask me next week.
You started hanging out.
He was in love with my city and wanted to know everything he could about it.
So you played docent to the gentleman vampire.
He had not revealed his vampire nature yet.
You just knew something off
I'm assuming
about
you
it.
only met at night.
It's New Orleans. Days are for sleeping off the previous evening's damage.
Perfect cover for a vampire.
Racing ahead again, Mr. Malloy. Let the tale seduce you. Just as I was seduced.
I love that just as a quote, by the way. It's okay to overanalyze and get really into like pick apart some things sometimes, but if the story is good, right, it's why for me my living in the moment, right, my version of meditation is the cinema, like playing a game, but getting involved in a good story or movie or narrative and let yourself just fall in love with it, be romanced, like almost be part of the story, right? Like let yourself be taken on that ride instead of questioning things or pausing and getting up and doing multiple things. Just like sit down, be enraptured in this story, in this world that's being presented to you by the the people, the characters. Let yourself go along for that ride. That's always been my solace, right? Is just to let myself get lost in these stories.
Money would arrive wired from France, and the shopkeepers, who would usually close at sunset, were very happy to accommodate him. He ransacked the import houses to furnish his townhouse, ravaged the booksellers of their oldest volumes for a library, and, with encouragement, updated his wardrobe to the fashion trends of the season.
Word.
It was a cold winter that year, and Lestat was my coal fire.
You guys were so right, by the way. I don't know if you said it because you heard me say it or if it just kind of coincides. This aesthetic, yo, oh my God. Like, I always say I was born in the wrong time. And, like, I don't, of course, racism's terrible. The societal strife aside, like, the aesthetic of, like, the early 1900s, especially, this is 1910 right here, but, like, this was the expected attire, was the suits and ties and vests and the hats, and then run down the street and you're luxurious, and it's like, all this, I love that aesthetic. It's why it's so fun playing something like Red Dead 2 or what have you, or games that take place in this time period, even if it's like a mafia game or whatnot. Like, it's very problematic to live in that time period. I don't condone what was going on back then, but I just wish more people kept up with these types of styles. It makes a comeback in spurts, but man, do I kind of miss it's the aesthetic. That's what it is.
And I found myself for the very first time, to anyone other than Paul, confiding my struggles to another man.
Came to trust him.
I was being hunted.
Groomed.
And I was completely unaware it was happening.
Oh, you're being fully groomed. You kidding me? Bro's seducing you to pass on the curse.
Out catting with some white man out here.
He ain't white, he French.
Oh.
Grace is the sister.
That's a new kind of white, is it? Invite him over for dinner. Mother loves European.
French white.
Don't tell Levy you fishing for a richer man.
Oh, don't deny your sister. I want to meet this French white.
This French white.
Word of the Lord. Understand? Yes.
Mine's practicing.
Yes.
You gotta practice.
Paul crawled up on my bed last night. Wept for good near an hour. He ain't taking you get married.
Levy told me of a place. Takes in men like Paul. It's not some crazy person's house like
How'd that work last time, huh? You come out worse than before.
I worry. I worry so much.
Worry about your own life. Worry about being a bride. Worry about what you're gonna wear in London.
London.
Paris.
Oh.
Lawrence. Y'all gonna be in steerage out of New York.
Ooh,
Once you get to
okay.
Europe, it's first class on boats, trains.
Oh,
and
got her a
hotels.
honeymoon trip.
You should put the band by the deck and the food by the fountain.
Bon chance.
Mama, I'm going around the world.
Aww. Buddy, you gotta adapt, man. Only person that can save me, the Lord. If you want to commit your life to that, that's one thing that I do. If I had to say, I respect and also envy about those that choose to follow religious doctrines, right? It's something that I simply can't, I don't want to say fathom, but it's very difficult for me to have, and it's faith. It's faith, quite honestly. It's something that I lack. Maybe consider it a shortcoming if you'd like, but for someone in his shoes, you just got to have that balance, right? Like, by all means, follow your doctrine, be a man of faith, etc., but you got to be able to, he's like really hard leaning into it. He's alienating people, aspects of his family life, perhaps even fellow people in the church. I don't know, but he's eyeing up Lestat over here, so.
I've never been east of Alabama, and now I'm going to see the pyramids.
Oh, I think every
What's
young
the husband?
family deserves a little adventure. Wouldn't you say, Monsieur Liancourt?
Oui, madame.
Liancourt?
My mother, she gave me every advantage in life as a young man. My first Mastiff, first flintlock rifle, the means to make my way to Paris.
It was Louis that purchased your holiday levy. It's Louis who controls the money.
Don't mind Levy.
And I don't know who gave you the right to call our mother your mother. She's not your mother yet and will never be your scientific mother.
Paul?
Come on, man. A little intense.
I do love this bouillabaisse.
What? Down here we call it gumbo.
We had a gumbo the other night, didn't we, Louis? Right after the opera.
Oh, you got Louis to an opera.
You don't.
About some blind princess, didn't know she was a princess.
Stomach got grumbling, left halfway through.
And what exactly is the nature of your relationship with my brother, Monsieur Leon?
Very interesting. Yeah, he's trying to downplay the bourgeois elements of their relationship. Hence that little look he gave him where he's like, but I thought there was a thing we were having. Interesting. Like in private, he's opening up. He's talking to this guy and entertaining certain like hierarchical proclivities. Am I getting too hoity-toity about it myself? Brocephus over here knows what's up. I wouldn't be surprised if Lionka kills his brother. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, but like he's becoming, in his eyes, too much of an interloper right here. As far as he'll see it, he's like a sore thumb sticking out in the family, and he's kind of like a monkey wrench in this dude's grooming plans and hunting operation. So I would not be surprised if he finds a way to get rid of him, just based on already what's about to be a tense dinner table scene.
Cool.
Your brother and I have been discussing a few investment opportunities.
The birds asked me to ask you. I wasn't being rude.
The birds?
Would you tell me how you came to propose to this delightsome young woman?
Oh, that's good yawn.
Are you one with Christ, Mr.
Bro,
Leon?
can you stop interrupting?
Shut your damn mouth.
That's all right, Louis, madame. The birds speak for him.
It's the birds.
I came to know Christ in a monastery. I wanted to be a priest. Just like you, Paul. And under the guidance and discipline of the monks who lived there, I came to memorize both the Testaments, the writings of Assisi, Aquinas, Erasmus, all the saints and scholars.
I had it wrong. Or unless he's... Ooh, okay. Okay, so he's like, now he's seducing him. Dude, he can win over anybody. Granted, he also has like the literal like cheat codes of life. He has the powers to do it. But he's going to appeal to his brother's like religious nature. So either he's going to assuage him by painting this picture of himself, or he's going to assuage him to get his guard lowered, and then there'll be something more antagonistic. Are his nails white and pointed? And nobody's asking questions? Oh, he's a Francophile, you know.
My father, a vulgar man, did not think much of this education. And so he and my brothers conspired to pull me out, lock me away. Where between beatings, starvations, and the failure of Christ to intercede the beatings and starvations, I slowly forgot all about the Testaments, Assisi, Aquinas, Erasmus, all of it. And so, to answer your boring question, there is an ocean between Christ and myself.
Juste pour que cela satisfera 3 ans penchés dans la cage de votre esprit. Don't do that here.
Not with my family.
What a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. And I apologize for pausing in the middle of the ebb and flow, but like I was getting to read, then rereading. That was great. I like how he was like, oh, of course, me and Monsieur Christ have a powerful relationship. Then I was pulled out, I was abused, I was beaten, and miraculously somehow, when my then prayers and pleas to Christ went unanswered, miraculously lost faith. Interesting how that worked. Satisfy the birds that rattle in the cage of your mind. He's like, don't you pull that my family. Fangs almost came out. That forehead, well, the forehead Fane showed up, but the fangs. This close.
I am cursed with my father's temper at times. The rudeness is all mine.
That's all right.
And not to mention that brother man across the table was instigating.
If your family has taken a permanent
being
offense
rude.
at me.
When Paul ain't picking at his plate, he picking a fight.
Mm-hmm.
If I had your tricks, I'd have done the same.
You must envy him.
Boy thinks God speaks to him through birds in his head. How you figure envy?
The liberty he has with his thoughts. However misshapen they may be, your brother has no shame in sharing them.
You saying I got shame?
The lie you told about leaving the opera house early. You were near weeping when the curtain fell. Why hide that from your family?
Don't everybody need to know what I do?
Gotta downplay
Dishonesty breeds dishonesty.
Paul's the only one to say it to my face, but I know my mind Grace thinking too. My daddy ran our sugar business in a swamp before he passed. We was 4 months from going bankrupt if I didn't do something.
You don't need to defend yourself to me, Louis. I know what you go through to keep your family ignorant in their comfort. Should we have a nightcap?
Oh.
Probably had enough for the night.
Oh.
Gotta make my rounds back on Liberty.
Reeling them in.
You must, Louis. I bought you a gift. A flower.
Oh. Interesting. Well, when you put it that way there, c'est la vie, monsieur.
That's a nice music box you got there.
This show is beautiful, though.
It's
I
one of
gotta
the few
tell you.
things I brought with me from the continent. A pair of misfit beauties. I can see why you both run to the other.
How much of this am I gonna have to cut out? Why do I feel like he's gonna strike?
I told Mr. Lianku. You and me usually just talk.
Why is that, Louis? What kind of a man wastes his waste with words?
A beautiful man.
They're either gonna...
There's nothing to be nervous about.
Oh, boy.
The curtains are closed. The servants sent home. Even the planets and stars are blindfolded.
That's your thing, then? You like to watch?
I've been watching you for some time now, Louis. From river to lake.
One-handed, no less.
Looking for my companion heart.
How you do that?
Do what?
Do what?
Get my head like that.
Such a pretty head.
Yo. Who's seducing who here, though? Oh, so is our boy actually a bisexual? Yo. You gonna just kind of pop on in there? Alright, maybe he's kind of handsome. Oh, getting that neck ready, though.
That's fine, love.
Yeah, just kind of warming it up. That's what life is about. It's pleasures.
Dormez bien, Miss Lily.
Damn. Bonk out. Nice. That's it. Put her ass to sleep. Now she calling me NyQuil. There you go. Well, we knew that was coming, didn't we? The ballet we call love, mon coeur. Oh, there it is. Well, damn. Quite the experience. Pleasure in the pain. Dude, look, see, he gave himself to it by the end.
It bears repeating, I did not consider myself a homosexual man at the time.
Huh.
I mean, I had had experiences, guilt, shame. Obviously, I've come to embrace my sexuality. Of course, you know that. We met at a gay bar, didn't we, Daniel?
Oh, Daniel's
Good
gay?
place to score. I did what I had to.
Oh.
You been married?
Twice. But we're not here for me, are we?
When you were using drugs, Mr. Malloy, do you remember the best you ever had?
So he was an addict. I feel like he was a cocaine guy, but could have been worse. Malloy had 2 marriages, was married, so I assume they're failed. And there was a kid's helmet and pink stuffed bear in there, so I assume he has at least 1 child, most likely a daughter.
Berkeley, 1978. Some Mexican black tar that Carly and Pedro were slinging.
Heroin. All right, hard stuff.
Imagine that, flowing inside your veins again. Multiply it by miles to the rings of Saturn and back.
So the vampire blooding you does feel excellent. Well, of course it would. For one, you already have the sexual pleasure. You're already catching a nice buzz. And then being turned, when you're at peak power as a vampire, it's only ever described as like this ultimate feeling of like, just, I guess, considered being like hydrated. And then there's got to be like adrenaline, or just there'd be less pain, less fatigue. You'd have all that strength, all that power within you, right? So you got to feel like on cloud 9 as long as you keep up with the feeding.
He had taken what he called un petit coup, the little drink. Not enough to kill me, but just enough to keep him fit. It takes an enormous amount of restraint for us, the little drink. And for a human, experiencing it for the first time, it was unsettling. And not for the physical toll on my body, which was significant, but for the feelings of intimacy it awoke within me.
Man had a sexual awakening after he was turned.
I had never allowed
Man was literally fully turned. I gotta get out of here with these parallels.
myself to feel emotionally close to anyone, much less a man. I had no room for feelings like these in my life. You could be a lot of things in New Orleans, but an openly gay Negro man was not one of them.
Sir. I've never read Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire, so I have no context. I have not even watched it's Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, right? I never even watched the movie, but it appears that the vampire is being used as more of an allegory. Is it being used as an allegory for homosexuality? Just a metaphor of sorts, but like it's something that you have hidden and you can't really show to people. But like once you embrace it, it helps you truly become who you like really are. So that's the way that I'm reading this right now. Even literally, he just spelled it out for us. After that experience, he's like, yeah, that is what I'm about. But at the same time, similar to being a black gay man in early 1900s New Orleans, you can't be out about like with that type of thing. And being a vampire at any time, you can't be out about that type of shit. So
I vowed never to return again. I shut that night out of my mind.
The robe.
And turned my attentions back to life as it was before.
You're denying who you really are. The broom. Congratulations to the happy couple. I'm sure little bro's punching the air right now. Dude's not even standing. Get out of here with the mad disrespect.
My father today.
Bro is.
He's supposed to dance with me to start the night off.
Bro is constantly, literally, bro is constantly standing on business.
And I thought the best way to honor Daddy would be to make my brothers do the work. Half of y'all don't know this, but these no-good boys used to shuffle for pennies on Sunday.
Oh, boy.
Call themselves the ABCDEFG. Remember that, Father Matthias?
Oh, yeah. ABCD. Altar boys come dancing every day for God. Come on, man.
Oh, come on, bros. Try to rug for the Lord.
It's for me.
Let's get the shuffling. Gotta start dancing.
What kind of rhythm you want, boss? You play it loud so they can't hear our feet.
Come on, I gotta wind her up. Come on. I got a friend of mine who would love this show so far. Vampires and tap dancing, he'd be in love. Cutting a rug in the boy, you.
You ain't gonna do it.
You ain't gonna. Oh, yo! You ain't gonna do it now. Brothers, right there. That reminds me of Succession a little bit. Two guys that are constantly at odds, even though they're related by like literal blood. But like sometimes they'll have those moments of like childhood reconnection because you can't really. It's hard for that flame to go out, you know. Like down deep in there, they are two brothers that love each other and have grown up together and have memories and all that. So it comes out in moments like this, like just a moment where it's, hey, all we're doing is what we used to do when we were kids, but it's gonna be right back to, oh, against God's will, and all right, now don't be a prude there, brother. And oh my God, they partied all night. Hell yeah. I gotta get over to New Orleans myself. We're gonna go watch the sunrise.
3 pieces of checker cake holding you back.
5 pieces of checker cake, a pompano fillet, 3 boudin, dirty rice, beef, 3 beans.
Man, feasted.
5, 6 wines.
All right, now take it easy, boys. Don't go a tumbling now. Nice.
9,517. How many days we been in this house?
You do that math all by yourself?
Remember that day I got taller than you?
Always bringing that up.
Shot up like a nut all over. Daddy said I was gonna look down on you for the rest of the days.
Yeah. Half an inch.
That was a good month, that month. You still doing business with that man Lestat?
Nah, didn't work out.
That's good.
Oh, yeah?
Because he the devil.
You think everyone's a devil.
He's here to take souls. He told me so.
That's the one thing he's not wrong
He
about.
spoke to me without moving his lips.
He got tricks is all.
Interesting.
Mortal sins must be confessed, Louis.
Ain't never gonna see him again, Paul.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, he's not wrong there, though.
You think Levy loves her enough?
I do.
You think he's giving her everything he's got inside him?
Mm-hmm.
Mother made a good party for Grace.
Yeah. They're gonna talk about this one for years.
Yeah. I love you, Louis.
Oh, don't jump.
You too, baby.
Don't you
brother.
jump now. I got a bad feeling about that. You better just calmly walk back down.
Too much checker cake.
No, he's about to, isn't he? Oh, God. No.
Paul.
Paul! Oh!
Damn.
That was the last sunrise I ever saw. Perhaps the kindest thing.
Last summer eyes? Is that what he's saying?
That was the last sunrise I ever saw.
Sunrise, I see.
Perhaps the kindest thing the dark gift has given me.
Jesus. Last sunrise he ever saw, and it was with his
I
brother.
don't miss the sun, the reminders it carried. I've seen death over and over and over and over again.
That's the other part of it, by the way. Immortality. That's why I said earlier it's a blessing and a curse, because unless you bring people in to join your legion or whatever you want to call it, like you're cursed with. I mean, Doctor Who shows us. Any sci-fi of this type will show you that you're cursed with an infinite lifetime of watching everybody that you come to know and care about and potentially love come into your life and die, come into your life and die. Over and over again, and there is no respite for you. There's almost like no permanency. Time begins to feel fleeting. It just goes by like that. When you're immortal and you hold on and retain that immortality, then yeah, everything else just kind of like things become, I don't know, you got to find a way to cope, right? Because so many parts of life can become meaningless.
It's boring.
That'll make a great blurb.
The diagnosis you received, Daniel, it winds your clock. Virus that's turned the world sideways.
I get it. I'm gonna die. They're gonna die. But not the vampire.
The vampire is bored. The human was destroyed.
You must have said something to him, Louis. You must have said something to him to make him do that to himself.
Are you blaming him?
Paul slipped and fell, Florence. I don't think this is something you want to pursue.
He was a fragile boy.
Wow.
And you always had to have the last word, didn't you, Louis? You always had to take him down a peg. Momo, what did you say to him? Why was you even up there?
Watching the sun come up, Mama.
You don't get past the gates if and you kill yourself. Don't you know that? Paul gone down the other way. Paul's in hell because of you.
Christ. Look, I'll excuse it only because grief does this to people. In grief, we say things we don't mean. It's one of the stages of anger is up there, and she's looking for a reason. And the reason it doesn't track is that my good little Christian boy, he done killed himself. And if you kill yourself, you don't go to heaven. And he was all about that heaven right now, right? And my other boy, he may be productive, but he ain't no good in. She's low-hanging fruit. And again, take things said in the middle of grief or intense moments of emotion or insanity, take them with a grain of salt. So while I might be more upset at her in a different context, like I was about to get upset with her, I understand where it's coming from. People grieve differently, and so she's trying to find reason where reason for her doesn't make sense. And Louis having to pay the price for that. But everybody else in the room seems to understand, so.
Storyville lowered their hats, gave their propers because it was custom. But if you look past those lined up on the sidewalk, you'd see the bars hadn't stopped serving. The whores hadn't stopped whoring. What was Paul's life worth to them?
Yep.
What was my life worth? The big man at Liberty Street, trailing the satin-lined evidence of his failure.
The world goes on.
Easy prey for the discerning predator.
Mes condoléances.
Easy.
An elegant coffee. Would you tell me where you purchased?
Move on.
I wait on my balcony every night. You've been avoiding me.
I've been
Miss
occupied.
Lily proved herself a poor substitute, and I don't take kindly to
It's my
being
brother's
avoided.
funeral.
Believe me when I tell you, your brother longed for that flagstone.
What'd you say to me?
I got it, boss. Keep walking.
Take your... Oh! Jesus. Bro, you gotta pick your moment, though.
Lestat's ambush had disoriented me. The sermon that was given I could not hear.
Jeez.
And when the gathering cut loose the body, I could not join the transformation of those in attendance. He would not let me.
Come to me.
Oh no. Nosferatu.
Come to me.
Come to me.
The vampire. He's strong-willed at least, though.
Walk you home, Mama?
No, thank you. Levy, do you mind?
Of course, Mama Dula.
Over her son. Cool, yeah. Mama, pleasure. Family means so much to us.
She did.
She just needs to put it somewhere. Don't let it inside.
Look at that. See, she summarized it perfectly right there. She don't mean nothing by it. She just needs to put it somewhere. When somebody you care about dies, there's gotta be reason. For all the unexplained things in life, we need reason. We need somebody to answer for the crime. It can't just be like, if it was an accident, that'd be one thing. But even if it was an accident, you start like looking for, well, who caused the accident? But it's part of the process. She's just looking to put it somewhere. I loved how the music complemented that scene, though, with the violin ramping up.
Come to me. I did not go to the wake. I did not want to face my mother's blame, my sister's pity.
Couldn't resist the
I
call.
wanted to grieve alone, but he would not allow it.
Come to me, Louis.
Hey, get out of my head.
My heart broke when I heard of your brother's passing.
Miss Liv. I need Miss Liv.
Miss Lily died, Mr. Dulac. 2 weeks ago.
Gee, I wonder how.
Police found her under the docks. Said she contracted the fevers that's been going around.
Is that right?
Blood went and dried up inside her.
Yum.
Help me, please. He's in my head, Father.
Dude, Devil, he's gonna confess. His first confession in so long. Devil's gonna show up in the confessional, kill the priest or something, and be like, I said, come to me.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
What an opportunist that Lanko is.
I'm a drunk, Lord. I'm a liar. I'm a thief, Lord. I profit off the miseries of other men and I do it easy. Drugs, liquor, women. I lure them in and grab what they got, Lord. I take daughters with no homes and I put them out on the street, Lord. And I lie to myself saying I'm giving them roof and food and dollar bills in their pocket, but I look in the mirror, I know what I am. The big man in the big house, stuffing cotton in my ears so I can't hear their cries. And Lord, I drag my family into this mess with me. I shamed my father, failed my brother.
No, son.
I lost my mother and sister, and rather than fix it like a man should, Lord, I run like a coward. I run to the bottle, I run to the grift, I run to bad beds. I lay down with a man. I lay down with the devil, and he has roots in me. All his spindly roots in me, and I can't think nothing anymore but his voice and his words. Please, help me! I am weak! I want to die!
Called it. Jesus. Damn. Oh, jeez. Oh, get him, boy. Not gonna work, though.
Do you think God had you, Louis? In that tawdry box? To this pink vessel? This charlatan? Do you not see how unworthy he is? How can you humiliate yourself like this?
Yo.
You Lily. Cut short that magnificent life she was living.
What a tragedy.
Ain't no fever out there. That's you. You bringing the death to town.
I give death to those deserving.
Great shot, by the way.
I'm not the devil. You were wrong about that. But I can't give you death.
Oh, well, shit. Good job. Oh no. In the blink of an eye. Oh, because that's what it's like to him. Yo. That'll do it. Put up your dukes then, buddy, I guess.
This primitive country has picked you clean. It has shackled you in permanent exile.
His mouth got cleaner.
Every room you enter, every hat you're forced to wear, the stern landlord, the deferential businessman, the loyal son, all these roles you conform to, and none of them your true nature. What rage you must feel as you choke on your sorrow. The first time I laid eyes on you, your beautiful face, I saw that sorrow. I did not know how it got there or why. It was so voluminous. I can take away that sorrow, Louis.
I can fix that.
I can give you that death you begged your feeble, blind, degenerate, non-existent God for. But I can do it. I can swap this life of shame. Swap it out for a dark gift and a power you can't begin to imagine. You just have to ask me for it.
Invite me in.
And say yes.
Just grabs his chin, nods it for him.
I love you, Louis.
Tempting offer, man. Tempting offer.
You are loved.
Like, low-key, I might take it.
It is difficult to explain how his words disarmed me, how efficiently succinct and impenetrable his argument was. All my conceptions, even my guilt and my wish to die, seemed utterly unimportant. And I completely forgot myself and the barbaric scene that surrounded me. For the first time in my life, I was seen.
Be my companion. Be all the beautiful things you are. And be them without apology.
Damn.
For all eternity.
How could I say no? Grossly unfair to come at him in this moment of extreme weakness, by the way. In retrospect,
Drain me
calls him a predator.
to the very threshold of death.
It's like a cult in a way. I feel like YouTube's not gonna like this one.
The blood, it came as a dull roar at first, and then a pounding. Like the pounding of a drum, growing louder and louder.
Oh, he has the same white nails.
As if some
I just noticed.
enormous creature were coming through a dark and alien forest. And then there came a pounding of another drum, as if another giant were coming behind him, each giant intent on his own drum, giving no notice to the rhythm of the other. My lips, fingers, and the flesh of my temple. Above all, in my veins.
Was it good for you? By the way, I was meaning to cut in with an occasional break here and there, but I've been simply enraptured the last few minutes. So forgive me.
And it was then that I realized the drum was my heart, and the other drum had been his.
You got new pupils now, Ma.
I saw him sitting a length away from me, and we sat there for some time in throes of increasing wonder.
Title card.
The end. The beginning.
Whoa. Beautiful, beautiful climax. Oh, I'll leave that on the screen. That's important. Wow. Okay, you folks weren't kidding, huh? Dude, that was fantastic. You weren't lying. Dude, that's so good. Oh, what a climax there at the end. Killer pilot. Killer first episode. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely would like to watch more. Okay, I mean, everything's pretty straightforward so far. Like, I have nothing to really theorize or theory craft about. you know, insofar as that like the pilot exists in a vacuum so much. It sets up what's gonna be the story. So, but again, I admit, like, as tempting of an offer as that may be, as much of an open hand as he's offering, it's also because he wants a companion and wants to spread what he's got. I was hunting and waiting and then helping and like grooming, and then gets to a point where literally at his moment where he's the most weak, after already getting like seeds of the devil and doubt into his brother's head, and then taking out Lily and whatnot, choosing this moment where he's at his weakest to offer him love, acceptance, salvation. It's, you know, it's like textbook abuse for sure. Whether he's a good guy or not, it was to say, but it's maybe not, because he's a murdering vampire. Yeah, I'm down for more. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, I was simply enraptured by that. Oh, is that like coming up next on the show? I don't need to see that though. I don't want to have anything spoiled for me. But the scene in the pulpit, like, that's, oh my God, he is just like serving. Is that the proper way of putting it? But yeah, him in the confessional, that whole climax was fantastic. But that, yeah, these moments where he's really just, you know, you take the chains off and he just acts. He's just not even acting. He is that character in that moment, I believe. I love the era this is taking place in. I love the fact that, like, we're technically in modern times as this interview with the vampire, and he recounts his life. He's recounting his life story, which I suppose is the OG story. Again, I don't know. Love the time period, the aesthetic, the cinematography is gorgeous. By the way, a lot of these environmental shots of like the modern cities and even the old ones, and the way that I don't know if it's like After Effects or color correction or a mix of everything, but just the visual, whether it's the sun and the bugs and dust in the air, or just the crispness of the wood, like the wooden and like fabric interiors, and just, and then even like the fire behind Lanco as he's looming over Louis. For a lot of detail. Clearly, artists behind the lens and working on this. The writing's great. The acting is killer. It's great. It was recommended. You guys are right. I loved it. There's plenty to pull apart and pick into if I would like to, and I'm sure that the plot will only thicken as time goes on. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you really, if anybody who's new to the channel seeing this, awesome, cool, welcome over. I hope this is satisfactory. Again, I try to make it an enjoyable experience, but I'm down to watch more. Let me know if you guys want to see more. Thank you guys and gals so much for watching. As usual, you can find me on Instagram here, Twitch. I'm trying to stream more on Twitch, so Twitch is here as well. But those are the two main socials that I use. Stay tuned for the next episode of Interview with the Vampire, and whatever long title episode 2 will be. I'll see you then. Love you all. Goodbye. Good night, travelers.